Good morning. This is Alex from York Buddhist Centre. Yeah, I'm quite surprised actually with the clocks changing. I thought it'd be really dark outside, but it seems to be quite bright this morning. So welcome to everybody joining us. And sad to say, this will be my last body awareness meditation that we'll be doing. So yeah, sad moment, but if you want to catch up, there'll be plenty in the archives on the York Buddhist Centre page. And there are plenty of Triratna Buddhist centres around. So if you do want to meditate regularly, you can maybe have a look if there's a centre near you, or maybe as you've got to know each other, you can buddy up together and, meditate together, even if it's only online, or even if you just all meditate at the same time together. It's sometimes nice to do a buddying system where you can all agree to meditate at a certain time. And I know people in our community have done it before, where they text each other and say, sort of, oh, looking forward to meditation. And there's something nice about knowing that somebody else, a friend, is meditating at the same time as you. So whilst people arrive, there's a few comments on here. Let's see who we've got. Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Jenny. Good morning, Vinesh, watching us on YouTube. Good morning, Leslie. Good morning, Philippa. And people are wishing each other good morning. So it's lovely to see you all, whether you're here at this moment in time or if you're watching us on replay. And whatever time of day it is for you, welcome to the meditation. So, well, I'll waffle on for a little bit so people get a chance to get themselves ready. From Philippa, thank you so much for being such a lovely start to the week, and our lovely Monday morning. Sangha, it's been brilliant. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Philippa, and good morning, Margaret. So I guess what I'd like to say is, sort of, whilst we're not online, I'm sure Jackie Badar will explain more of this later on in the week, but you might want to set yourself a little meditation space up, and like you can see, I've actually kind of got this behind me so it can be seen on camera, but my shrine is actually over to that side there, and I've got a nice little table with the Buddha sat on it, and some candles and a postcard, a pretty postcard that somebody sent me, and some flowers. And it's just a nice little space for me to sit down, and whether I meditate or just sit and reflect or do a just sitting practice or a body scan. And yeah, it's sometimes nice to have a little area that you can just sit down, and it's just a reminder as well. It's just a reminder about being open, being kind, and just being mindful, being grounded. So, oh yes, and the other important thing is if you do set up your special little spot for yourself, try to make it somewhere nice. Don't sort of try to put it somewhere that's cramped up next to the washing basket with a dirty, smelly socks in or something like that. Try and find yourself a nice little pleasant area. Not always easy to do, I know, especially if you've got a busy family life going on or you live in a small place. So good morning, Margaret, good morning, Lorraine, and good morning, Sarah. So if you'd like to take this last opportunity to get yourself ready for meditation, grab anything that you might need, whether it's a blanket or, tissues, glass of water, whatever you need for meditation. And we'll start in a few seconds. Oh, and another thing to mention is whilst I meditate, I've got a little timer that, oh dear, that's catching light, that you can see that I put on my knee, and that kind of gives me an idea. But if you don't want to be disrupted with opening your eyes to glance at a clock to see the time of the stages, there's some very good apps on smartphones and Android phones nowadays. I think there's one called Interval Timer. There's many good apps that you can have a look at that measure out the intervals between meditations, and ring bells between them so that you don't have to worry about the time. So I just thought I'd mention that. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Julie. And good morning, Val. So if you'd like to get yourselves into a meditation posture, and just take a couple of deep breaths in and out. Just letting go of all that chatter. And just checking for any spots where you might have tension and anxiety. And it's different for everybody. It could be neck and shoulders, could be back, could be forehead, thighs, arms. And just as you take a deep breath in, try and breathe that tension out and just let it go. Let your shoulders drop, being in a comfortable upright position, but not too stiff and formal. And just taking in the ambience of the room, any sounds you can hear in the background. Might be the traffic outside, might be a clock, could be the wind in the trees outside. And just accepting it's just sound, it's just noises. And we can leave the outside world to do what it needs to do for this next 30 minutes. And you can just sit and do a little reflection and think, how am I feeling today? You might not know, you might have only just woken up. You might feel quite neutral. For some people, we've just got up, it's the start to the day and nothing's actually happened yet. We've not had much input. For others, you might feel restless, excited, wanting to get on with your day. Or you might feel quite sad or down. We're working with what we've got. We're not trying to change it. We're just accepting ourselves however we are. And we're being kind to ourselves. We're here with the intention to meditate, to focus on our body, and just to be open to whatever may come to us. This is a poem called The Fountain by Denise Levertov. Don't say there is no water to solace the dryness at our hearts. I have seen the fountain springing out of the rock wall, and you drinking there, and I too, before your eyes, found footholds and climbed to drink the cool water. The woman of that place, shading her eyes, frowned as she watched, but not because she grudged the water, only because she was waiting to see we drank our fill and we were refreshed. Don't say there is no water. That fountain is there among its scalloped green and grey stones. It is still there and always there, with its quiet song and strange power to spring in us, up and out through the rock. So if you'd just like to focus on your groundedness, on your sitting bones and on your feet if you sat on a chair, and feel that connection with the chair, with the earth, feeling that groundedness. If you're meditating on cushions, it'll be your sitting bones and the fronts of your legs and the tops of your feet making contact with the earth. Or if you're lying on the ground or the bed, It'll be your head, parts of your spine, your hips and your heels. So however you're meditating, just take a moment to feel the groundedness. You're supported, you're safe, gravity's doing its thing. You could imagine yourself as a mountain, and that contact with the earth is a big solid foundation that supports us. It's going nowhere. It's there, solid, connected to the earth. Take a couple of deep breaths in and out. Relax yourself into the meditation. And starting with the head, can you imagine all the space above your head, above the crown of your head? We take it for granted. But whatever we're doing what we're doing, there's a mass amount of space above our heads. And we can go to the crown of our head. Can you imagine the crown of your head? And down to the forehead. Just let it relax and soften. And it might help to relax your eyes. And if you're finding that hard, you can just scrunch your eyes tight and let them naturally relax. And we go to our cheekbones, to our nose. You might feel the sensation of the breath coming and going through the nostrils. Notice the texture. And then check if your jaw is nice and soft. No clenching your teeth. Just a nice slack jaw. With your tongue gently resting against the roof of your mouth. Make sure you're not pressing it against the roof of your mouth or your teeth. And you can meditate with your mouth slightly open or with a gentle smile on your face. Your head gently tilted at 45 degrees. Looking forwards but slightly downwards. And then our head's quite heavy and it naturally rests on our shoulders. So if you've got neck ache, you can just move your head around. Let it fall naturally where it does. And then we move down to our shoulders. As you breathe in, you'll notice your shoulders rise. And as you breathe out, those shoulders gently drop. With each out breath, can you let them drop and relax a little more? And then thinking of our spine. It starts at the top of our neck and it undulates all the way down to the coccyx. It's not easy to bring awareness to your spine. It's made up of lots of individual bones and discs. We've got the upper back, the middle back and the lower back. And if you suffer with backache, then just try and find a position that's comfortable for you. The aim of this meditation is just to bring awareness to our body. It's not about endurance, so make sure you're comfortable. Support yourselves however you need to be supported. And can you imagine a column of light or a column of energy coming all the way from your coccyx, through the curve in your spine, through your lower back, your middle back, the top of your back. And then you could maybe imagine it passing all the way out through the crown of your head. That gentle column of energy, refreshing and nourishing you. Brings us back to the shoulders. Just let them drop. And you could say to yourself, it's here and it's now, and I'm meditating. And then bring awareness to your arms. Your arms are quite heavy, so support them well on your lap. Can you feel any sensations in any part of your arms? The shoulders, the upper arms, the elbows, forearms, all the way down to your hands, to the palms of your hands and the back of your hands. And each individual finger and thumb, right to the fingertips. What sensations can you feel? Can you feel the circulation, a gentle tingle, circulation of life as the blood goes around our bodies? And you might notice it's warm or cool. Can you find any pleasant sensations in your arms and your hands? Then we come to the chest, to the heart center. What feeling tone is there? Might be contented, might feel calm, might feel restless, or it might feel sad. Whatever's there, just welcome it in. And just show it kindness. Can you open your chest area? Try and think of something that brings you joy. Might be gardening, listening to music, reading, out in nature, or being with people that you love. And just try and see if you can feel that sensation of joy in your heart area. See if you can open your chest a little more. And as you take that breath out, you might want to say to yourself, I'm here and I'm now. And I'm good enough. I am good enough. And as we go down to our stomach, you can soften that belly, let it go. No need to hold it in tight, nobody's watching. Just let your belly relax. Let it soften. And as you let it relax and soften, you may notice the gentle rise and fall of the breath as it naturally comes and goes. If you enjoy visualizing, you could maybe imagine it coming and going like the waves in the sea. As you breathe out, the waves crash into the shore. And as you breathe in, the wave recedes into the sea. And then we go down to our hips, our sitting bones, and our groin area. Can you feel that connectedness to the seat that you sat on? Your sitting bones are supporting you wonderfully. Gravity holds you steady and safe. And you might notice if there's any sensations. Maybe you can feel the pressure of the seat. Maybe you can feel the temperature of your body. Maybe it's warm or cool. And then we come down to the tops of the legs, the thighs. If there's any tension here, just let go of the tension in the thighs. Let your legs relax. Try not to clench your knees tight together. Just let those legs relax. And can you visualize your kneecaps down to your shin bones and the calves of your leg? Maybe you can visualize your knee and the bend in the back of your knees. Can you feel a change in temperature from your upper legs to your lower legs, or do they feel the same? And if you start to drift off, or you're daydreaming, or getting caught up in to-do lists, congratulate yourself. Congratulate yourself for noticing, and just bring yourself back to the breath and to the body. We're here and we're now, and we're meditating. And then we can go down to the feet, to the tops of our feet, to each individual toe. It's easy to visualize your big toe and your little toe. Not so easy to get the ones between. Give your toes a little wriggle to get that feeling of touch, movement. Can you visualize your toenails? And then down to the soles of your feet. What's your experience here and now of the soles of your feet? Do they feel warm, cool? Are there any sensations in the feet? Might feel like tingling or buzzing or humming. Then bring your awareness back up to your heart center. As you breathe out, let those shoulders drop. And say to yourself, I'm here and I'm now and I'm meditating. And I'm good enough. Don't have to be perfect. Nobody's perfect. And again, just see if you can make a connection with some sort of joy or happiness by visualizing the things that bring you joy and happiness. Might be a piece of music or a painting that you love. Could be playing a musical instrument. Could be sitting in the garden with a cup of tea. Or it could just be sitting with your friend, just drinking tea and being in their presence. Can you connect to your heart and let yourselves be open? Take a deep breath in and out. And just start to drop the meditation. Just sit for a few moments in silence and just enjoy the fruits of that meditation. Just relax into it. Enjoy any bodily sensations, any pleasant sensations. The Fountain by Denise Levertov. Don't say there is no water to solace the dryness at our hearts. I have seen the fountain springing out of the rock wall, and you drinking there, and I too, before your eyes, found footholds and climbed to drink the cool water. The woman of that place, shading her eyes, frowned as she watched, but not because she grudged the water, only because she was waiting to see we drank our fill and were refreshed. Don't say there is no water. That fountain is there among its scalloped green and grey stones. It is still there, and always there, with its quiet song and strange power to spring in us, up and out through the rock. So when you're ready, you can start to bring your awareness back to the room, to the sounds, to the weather outside, to the people who might be in your household, getting ready for school or work. If you want, you can meditate on. Just put me on mute and carry on your meditation. For the rest of us, I want to wish everybody a good morning and just step gently into Monday with the start of a fresh week, the start of a fresh day. And who knows what the day will bring. Hopefully lots of happiness for people. And it's been really lovely doing these meditations with you. I've really appreciated each and every one of you. And do remember, we've got them all in archives, so you can go back and watch them whenever you want, at whatever time you want that suits you. So take care, everybody. And thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Val. Yeah, take care, everybody, and step gently into the day and take it easy, because sometimes if you've had a really deep meditation, you can find that things move a bit faster, things are a bit brighter. So if you've got the opportunity, maybe make yourself a nice cup of tea or a nice drink and just sit there and appreciate it. Thank you, Julie. Well, thank you everybody for joining me, and it's been an absolute delight, and I hope to see you all soon at some point online or in real life even. So take care and look after yourselves. Bye-bye.